Results tonight. After we exposed doctors coming into Texas to escape their problem pasts, the Texas Medical Board is now proposing a rule change. If it's approved, physicians would be required to self-report any criminal convictions, out-of-state disciplinary actions, and medical malpractice claims within 30 days instead of every 2 years. But one state lawmaker says that doesn't go far enough.
KXAN's Matt Grant explains how our investigation has the lawmaker planning to draft a bill to keep you safe.
From the cheapest gas to where to eat, we check online reviews for everything. But when it comes to potentially life or death decisions, like looking up your surgeon or doctor, a series of KXAN investigations found the Texas Medical Board is keeping some past disciplinary records secret. We found dozens of doctors with suspended or revoked medical licenses able to or still practicing in Texas, and all showing clean records.
Well, my immediate reaction was, well, if the medical board isn't going to do it on its own, as a member of the legislature, I'm going to file a bill. I'm going to do something about it.
In Dallas, around 10 miles from where Dr. Christopher Dunch, dubbed Dr. Death, once operated, Democratic State Representative and attorney Julie Johnson wants to fix the system that allowed him to keep practicing.
I think that the reporting that you did, where you uncovered all of the physicians who had lost their license in other states, and that was not disclosed on the Texas Medical Board's website, is Exhibit A as to the problem. Patient safety is an important issue, and it's something that the state legislature needs to take a look at. The Texas Medical Board has completely failed in its job, so we're going to have to step in and do it for them.
In response to KXAN's investigations, Johnson plans to file a bill next session that would force the Texas Medical Board to be more transparent. Among her proposals, preventing doctors who've had their medical licenses revoked in other states from being able to practice in Texas, making it a crime to lie on applications, and requiring physicians to report any discipline for medical negligence or arrests within 30 days instead of every 2 years. Johnson says the agency is not meeting its own mission statement to protect the public, in addition to not following the law, which requires out-of-state disciplinary records to be made public.
Are you ready to become a more informed patient?
Johnson says she wants Texas to adopt a model similar to North Carolina, which we revealed puts all disciplinary records online indefinitely. How do you hold the Texas Medical Board accountable when it's not following the law like it should?
Well, we need to look into that, and we need to find ways to do that.
Somebody needs to take the Texas Medical Board and shake them and say, follow your mission statement. Your mission statement isn't to protect doctors, it's to protect you and me, the patient.
They need to be investigated.
We were there when Johnson met with medical malpractice attorney Van Way to discuss ideas for legislation. Way represented victims of Dunch who injured or killed more than 30 patients and was sentenced to life in prison 5 years ago. Johnson says she'll ask for a hearing and plans to cite our investigations as evidence for why the problem needs more than a Band-Aid.
That would need to be, I think, provided to the committee, and so people can see, yes, this is not just a one-off problem that we're talking about. This is a chronic problem, and unfortunately, for the patients of Dr. Dunch, they're now dead, and we don't need to repeat that again.
Other lawmakers like State Senator Boris Miles of Houston also expressed interest in legislation, telling me the Texas Medical Board, quote, needs to get into compliance with the law immediately. The board previously said it would be staff and time intensive to post all disciplinary actions online, even though it's required to do so by law. At the state capitol, Matt Grant, KXAN investigates.
Representative Johnson says she also wants the Texas Medical Board audited and to see a loophole closed.
That's when hospitals suspend doctors for less than 30 days, all to avoid reporting them to the National Practitioner Data Bank. You can catch up on our ongoing series by going to the investigative tab. It's at our homepage, KXAN.com, and click on Still Practicing.